which is right now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all the ages. Welcome to Redline Racing League Monday League here for round 10 at Belgium, the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. And with me in the commentary box tonight is none other than Mr. VSR himself, VSR Roscoe Arm. Ross, welcome.
As always, it is a pleasure to be back commentating on the Monday Night League. Oh, it looks like we've got some fine weather here currently at the moment for the start of qualifying. So, it should be interesting. There's been let's just say a few changes implemented since the last race at Hungary. So, it'd be interesting to see what transpires here tonight at Belgium.
Yes. And one of the big news is that there's going to be no safety car here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's still going to be on for the Saturday League. And it's going to be off on the Monday League. And with this, you just come in the chat saying, overcast race, no rain. So, thank you, Withers. So, It's going to be a dry race all around. So, it's going to be a boring race to the end. And Mitchie looks like he's the only one that's going out on the hard tyres, while DT and Laggy are on the mediums. Everyone else is on the softs, it looks like. And Ross,
At this stage,
what are you looking forward to during the race here tonight?
Oh, hopefully we have a bit of entertaining racing. Obviously, we're probably going to expect some crashes, especially as I'm on board here with DT coming up, the famous Eau Rouge. And I probably don't want to say the other word because I don't want to get into trouble by other people mentioning that word. But without the safety cars on, a lot of people are not going to be hopeful that the safety car comes out and saves their race throughout. So I fingers crossed we can see some entertaining race.
Yeah, I'm hoping that with it is coming. I'll spice it up, lads. Don't worry. So, so we expect to see a Ferrari flying off at Eau Rouge here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't understand with us. We'll be on ya. But as I run you down the championship order, we've got New Zealand Ryan in first place, following Jared's demotion to the reserves place. In second place is Dubstep, who's 30 points behind New Zealand Ryan. So Ryan has a race lead and more lead in the championship with 5 rounds to go. Third is Penske. Fourth is Alan Hugo, who are both tied on points actually, on 68 points. And Deathborough is in fifth, who is not racing here tonight. With Venom also not racing here tonight as well in sixth. Derek Kidd's in 7th, Benny is in 8th, Edge is in 9th, and Matt is in 10th, followed by Laggy, Mitchie, Conrad, Brazuca, Owens, Withers, Formula Fish, Panish, Maxmate, and DT, who's the lone driver to not score a point in this during the season so far. In the constructors, well, it's probably Goodnight Nurse because Toro Rosso has more than a race lead over Alfa Romeo, who are 54 points behind the Toro Rosso boys of Ryan and Penske. Mercedes are in third, followed by Red Bull, Racing Point, Williams, Renault should be ahead of Haas. Then it's Ferrari and McLaren, with every single constructor scoring points. So, bit of battles in both championships really, but they're for like the minor places, unless the Alpha boys can. Well, it's only Alan Hugo here tonight. Unless the Toro Rosso boys have a shocking race here tonight, it's all up to Alan Hugo, which is really unfortunate for him. It's all that pressure to gain all those points back on the Toro Rosso boys. As I'm on board with B Dubstep, who is going to be the first car to set a lap time. We've got yellow flag sector 2. It looks like a Williams is just off at the moment. And Dubstep around the bus stop chicane. Here he goes. Opens up DRS. First lap time is a 1:44.0, which is not that great. And Derek Kidd's 2 tenths behind him with a 44.2. We got a racing point of Edge in third. He probably did that non-ERS section. Then we have DT third on mediums. Penske's doing a bit of weaving.
Oh my word!
I have no idea
what.
what. That's just fantastic, Penske. He's in seventh with a 52.0, man. What a lap time that is. That is world class. Benny's in the fifth.
Yep.
Lag is in the fourth, and Max Mate has provisional pole with a 43.9. Mitchie even better lap than Penske with a 54.5, 2.5 seconds behind. And we got that's DRC Jared, who is falling down to the reserves list. Alan Hugo goes to the top with a 42.8. And we got I think it's a Williams. Or it could be a Mercedes.
Is Derek Kidd, I think. Yes, it is Derek Kidd. He's had a spin at Pullon.
Let's see. Let's go on to. I think that's dubstep again. Was it DT? That's dubstep again. So the next car to do a lap is DRC Jared.
As it's validated.
And yeah. Commentators curse strikes again,
right,
and Withers has invalidated his lap as well.
I could have sworn Jared Alpha in the lobby quickly, but it's given him Haas. I don't know why. I mean, still Ferrari powered, obviously, but late change possibly before the lobby started.
Quite possibly. Lag is invalidated his lap. DT's into the pit lane. Looks like Mitchie will be coming in. So it's going to be interesting here tonight, Roscoe. With no safety.
He's absolutely corner cutting.
And there's a bit of drama.
He's way into the pit lane.
Drama already between a Renault and Jared. Not sure what Renault it was. I think it was Benny.
I think it's Benny.
Yeah, I think it's Benny. I was going to say, well, it's going to be interesting to see with no safety cars on here tonight. So, do you think it'll be better or worse?
I mean, it's sort of a mixed bag, really. For the drivers, they'd probably be for the better, but I mean, for us, just in a commentary box, I mean, it spices up the action, that's for sure. I mean, it certainly has spiced up the action in the Monday leagues, but I mean, it's like I said, it's a wait and see what it's like around here. So, yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's going to be a wait and see game, and yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see what people will do. Is Hugo's driving off track everywhere, doing a bit of lawn mowing. So I mentioned it in the chat earlier. With the championship standings as well. So from P16 downwards, which is Withers, Fish, Panish, Maxmate, and DT. They unfortunately cannot win the drivers' championship unless Ryan has some really, really bad luck in the last 5 rounds.
Which, knowing Ryan, is highly unlikely. Unless something dramatically happens to his pad or something. I don't know. But, yeah, I'd be really, really doubtful for that one. So,
yeah, I think the only bad luck race he had was Germany, and that was within the final 2 laps, I would say. As there's a McLaren of Fish that spun off at the end of Eau Rouge, on just before the back straight.
I think he's had a spin.
He's still got some
no wing damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's still got some wings, so it's gonna be very, very interesting. Who's going to be the next one to set up? Brazuca is in the P4. Must have missed that lap time. Penske's out on mediums. Yep, on mediums. And Mitch is on the softs. So the hard tyres might be a little bit trash in his eyes. Benny is also out on the mediums. Withers is in the P10 with
Panish goes here.
48.5, and Panish goes into P9 with a 45.4 on soft tyres. So just a tenth head of sorry, scratch that. That's I've misread the times. 3.1 seconds in front of Withers, but yeah. Ooh, Mitchie. Looks like he touched the wall a little bit. Hasn't got any wing damage. Oh, Mitchie's going for a spin, and he's out of qualifying. There's the first mistake at the Rouge here, ladies and gentlemen. And that is just a fantastic sight to see that Ferrari car on its wheel floating into the air that's now onto the ground. Mitchie is out of qualifying with a lap time of a 154.519. That's fantastic stuff there from the Ferrari driver. And ladies and gentlemen, Poms for the win 87 here is in the lobby. He's actually racing here tonight. It's his first race of the season. Give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
He's actually in P8 with a 45.3. And he's actually on the wheel as well. And someone else is out as well. It's Panish. He's going the wrong way. Be careful, don't get disqualified, boy. There we go. I think Derek
He's alright.
Derek Kidd's in the P2 with a 43.9. Max Mate goes P2 with a 43.5. Still a ways from Mr. Hugo. Dubstep goes into P3 now. The man in P2 in the championship. And it looks like Ryan will not be doing any laps because he knows he has a 30-point gap to beat Dubstep. So he can afford to have a not a great race here tonight and still be leading the championship next time out. Sammy Forrest elbow. Matt's out there now. He's invalidated his lap time. Fish is back in the pit lane. Here comes DRC Jared. He has Penske for company. Yellow flag sector 2. It's a Ferrari of Withers. Comes Jared around the final. Oh, he's into the pit lane. He's giving Penske some slipstream. Where will this put the Penske? And he's just
slowed up.
He's just stopped. So, yeah, that's 50.0 lap time there. Penske, just well done. Yep, that's just great. I think Withers has no feel, so this is going to be very, very interesting to see what happens here. He's got a Renault right behind him.
A Renault. It should be okay.
I think it's Max Way's coming back into the pit lane anyway. Poms for the win 87 here, goes into P7 with a 45.1 on his brand new wheel. Well, not brand new, but it's new for this league and for this night. So Poms for the 70 into P7 on those soft tyres. Brazuca into P6 on his flying lap, coming around Pouon in this middle sector. And this qualifying's gone really, really fast. We've got about 4 minutes and change left. It's gone very quickly. It's the longest track. It's the longest track on the calendar, I think. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it's just a bit over 7 kilometres. I think it's one of the longest tracks in the Formula One calendar.
And we're going to have 22 feisty laps here, ladies and gentlemen. I should know because I actually raced here on the Saturday. Well, Fish is retired. Fish, I think's
crashed out. Yes, and he has crashed out.
Yep. Brazuca's into the pit lane. So I think everybody's going to wait till the last few moments of qualifying. So Roscoe, with 4 minutes left, who is your man for pole position? Who is your prediction for pole?
Well, just before that, Penske again's cutting the grass again and going into the pit lane. There's normal for Penske this qualifying session. For pole, it's a real toughie. I think it's between the top two. I think, unless we see Ryan come out. I I just actually it worked out as well. I think Jared's got a qualifying ban as well, so he might not see a quick lap time from him. But I think I'll stick with Hugo with his 42.8. He might go quicker, possibly, but I'll stick with Hugo for pole. What about you, Frizzy?
Yes, to reiterate that point, Jared does have a quality ban. I totally forgot all about that. Like, I already knew it, but I forgot it. So, thanks for pointing that out. So, Jared does have a quality ban.
You're welcome.
For pole position, you're going for Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. If Ryan does a lap, I'll say Ryan. If he doesn't do a lap, who's a chance? I mean, Laggy's got a pole position, but he got that at Austria. Venom's not in here. And Jared's got a qualifying ban. I'm gonna say the max of the mates is what I'll say.
Okay.
I think Max Mate will get pole, as I'm on board with a Forest Elbow 57 here, ladies and gentlemen. Probably the most experienced league racer on the grid, maybe. And he's gone purple first sector.
Easily.
First sector, ladies and gentlemen. He's gonna beat Hugo's time out of the park if he can keep it on the black stuff. This is going to be excellent from Forest Elbow. I don't think there's going to be any glitches here, as everybody's now coming out of the pit lane with 2 minutes to go. It's going to get feisty here. There's going to be track chaos. Look at that. Look at the mini-map with all those cars going through Rouge right now. It's a train.
Yeah, I've just seen it.
That Alpha, Mr. Hugo has actually bossed this, and he's at the back. And he's going to get all that slipstream. But he might want to be careful because Edge is coming through Rouge right now. Unless he bins it. But we're on board with Forest Elbow still. He's going to come through the final sector towards the bus stop chicane. Here he comes. Forest Elbow, where will this put him on the grid for tonight's race? P10 for the legendary Steve Bingham. And we rode on board with that entire lap. That was fantastic stuff there. Next car, the cross line will be Edge, but he's invalidated, so he'll start P12 most probably. And we've got 55 seconds. There's an almighty cluster between Hugo and I think the two. Yeah, the two.
Ryan's behind and Penske.
The two Toro Rosso boys has come together with Hugo's somehow. So Penske's going to get the benefit of this.
Well, expected maybe a top 5 then if he's had the back of these two.
Well, these three are going to catch up to each other unless Ryan goes in. No, Ryan does not go in. Neither does Penske. I mean, why would ya? And there's Edge. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 second. And that is it for qualifying. So we'll go on board. I think it's Benny. Yeah, Benny will be the first one to. No, actually, it'll be Withers.
Withers will be
the first one.
Around.
It looks like Williams. And Edge is retired.
I think he's binned it up at Eau Rouge.
He comes with us. Goes with us around the final corner towards the finishing line. P12 moves up one spot. Does again to the top 10, but overtakes Edge. So we'll go back on board with Benny.
I think a Mercs at a moment. That'll be dubstep. He's invalidated. Here we go. F1. Seventh place.
Benny goes into P7. Penske's gone purple middle sector.
Potential. Poms jumps into 8th.
Berserker is in the 6th.
Lady in the 2nd.
Matt's in the 4th. Then times are flying here. Derek Kid's in
Derek
the
Kidd.
P4. Hugo's in the bin. Max Mate's in the P2. No,
Oh,
Penske's-
Penske.
And Ryan's back into the pit lane. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. So Hugo's on pole, followed by Penske, Max, Laggy, Derek Kidd, Matt, Dubstep, Brazuka, Benny, and Poms for 87 here. Just waiting on Ryan to retire. There we go here, ladies and gentlemen. So Roscoe, run us down the race order for tonight's race.
So Hugo on pole position, 42.8. Didn't actually improve in this. Well, he probably validated. Penske on the front row. I did say top 5, and he's well and truly showed me off there. Max Mate in P3, Leahy 4th, Derek Kidd in 5th. Is that Matt 6th, Dubstep in 7th, Brazuka in 8th, Benny 9th, and Bob sort of win gets into the 10. With Panish just outside in 11th, Forest Elbow, DT, Withers, Edge, Mitchie, and then the no-timer runners, DRC Jarrett with the qualifying van, Formula Fish, and New Zealand Ryan will start from the back.
And Mitchie with the drunk driver of the ward, a whopping, was it 11 seconds or something? Behind the pole sitter.
Something like that.
So as we wait for the drivers to get ready and set up their strategies, Roscoe, who is your man for the race winner and surprise podium and surprise of the race?
Okay, now, I know for a fact Hugo, I think, pretty well around Belgium, so I think I'm going to stick with him for the race victory. Surprise podium. Oh, God. I probably need to, I mean, I've forgotten where everybody is right about now. I said about 5 seconds ago, but this is a real tricky one. This one, I think, for the surprise podium. I think about to set off for the formation lap. There we go. Everybody's away. Right. I honestly do not know who could be a surprise podium. Why not? Yeah, go for Poms. Why not? It may backfire on me, but why not? Surprise at the race. Who should we be surprised at the race? Probably one of the two in 17th and 19th, probably either Jared or Ryan, I think, for surprise to the race. Normal. Okay, Frizy, what about yourself?
Race winner. I'm going to go out on a limb here. It's going to shock everybody. It's going to send shockwaves to the whole of the Oceania community. I'm going to say Penske's going to win this race.
Oh, okay.
Penske
I like it.
Is going to win this race. Surprise podium. I mean, Benny should have had a podium last week. But I think he's going to. He's going to. I believe he will redeem himself and get a podium here tonight. Mm-hmm. And surprise of the race. Well, DT hasn't scored a point, and I just caught him sliding at Puon. So that's just awesome right there. As Mitchie's probably getting. Mitchie's probably getting a thumbnail for that. But surprise. Well, Penix has got 4 points. I think he will get. What's that? 1, 2. I think he'll get P8 here tonight.
Okay.
I reckon Panish will double his points here tonight by getting P8, unless he crashes out somehow.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting.
Somehow Penske's leading this group in the way to the grid. He's literally trying to back everybody up.
Yeah, because there's a Racing Point and someone else very far back. As there's a Ferrari
That's
off.
true.
I think that's Mitchie. But we're going on board with Alan Hugo for the race start here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be exciting turn 1 and first lap at Eau Rouge. It's going to be absolute chaos, or it could be boring as hell. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hugo's getting to his grid slot. Doing a bit of a burnout. Just waiting for the 5 red lights here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Former Fish is going to drive through penalty. Here comes Penske into turn 1. Around the outside of Alan Hugo. Penske doesn't have the move done just yet. Penske's still in the P2, but he'll get that massive slipstream off Eau Rouge if he gets a good run. And Max Maid's in the P3 still. But here comes Penske, looking for the inside. He does get it.
Oh my word, there's a big crash.
DT's at the back.
There's a big crash.
Here comes Penske. Penske's made the move for P1 on the first lap. But here comes Alan Hugo. Around the outside, doesn't get it done. Here comes Penske, stays in P1. Hugo gets back into that slipstream in this middle sector. Lucky no safety cars, otherwise everyone will go off their nut. Alan Hugo stays P2. Penske moves up into P1 on the first lap here, and that is unlucky for DT. Still pointless after 10 rounds, but he's still got 5 rounds to go after this one. We'll go on board with Max of the Mates, still in P3. But we'll go back. Actually, we'll stay on board with Hugo. Man, it's a great quality camera shot there, Codemasters. It's fantastic. But Penske leading Alan Hugo after a second and a bit on lap 1 of 22. So Penske will lead the race into lap 2, but Hugo will get that massive slipstream on that long straight. And Panish is down in P18. I think he might have got some wing damage from that incident. Here comes Penske. Completes lap 1 of 22. Leads the Belgian Grand Prix. The shocker of the race so far is Formula Fish is coming through his drive-through right now. Jared's in the P9. Ryan's in the P10. So fantastic start. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. I think that's people slowing up. Mitchie and Edge are going side by side here. But Edge is backed out. Mitchie's made the move. Laggy's overtaken upstep.
Side by side.
Matt gets a 3-second time penalty. Just come back just in time.
Contact, and Hugo's going to straight line it.
I think he'll have to get that position back.
He'll have to. Oh,
he's
Max,
trying
very
to,
sideways.
Hugo.
Never mind.
Max Mate doesn't make the move on Hugo, so Hugo stays P2. We have 3 drivers in the pit lane getting wing changes by the looks of it. Withers is out now on another pair of softs, and Laggy nearly touches the wall. Max Mate is hounding Mr. Hugo. I think Penske might be holding up here a little bit. Laggy's still in the P4.
He's going for the move, is he?
Oh,
yes, he
wow.
is.
Hugo makes a daring overtake on the legendary Penske. Usually Penske's the master of the dive by
Mitchie's dropping.
The yellow flag gets Mitchie. I think he's had a bit of a spin.
Yeah, wing damage.
And Max Mate's retired.
Max is gone.
Oh dear, that would have been a safety car worthy, but unlucky. We do not have a safety car. I think that might have been a little bit of contact between Penske and Max, maybe, or if Max Mate just hit the curb. But that was a big crash. Jared's in the 7th, Ryan's in the 8th.
16.
Brazuca in the 9th. And my game has frozen.
Mitchie's gone.
6.5 hours later.
It's anyway, Hugo has got a 5.2 second gap, and he's in the lane right as we speak. Brizzy, tell me when you're back in, please.
I just got back in, and Withers has retired from the session. So I'm back on board with that laggy person. So I'm actually in the lobby. So unfortunately, I don't think this video will be onto the RL YouTube channel. It'll be Roscoe's POV because
Yep.
yeah. Oh, I forgot.
You're
the time.
lucky
I
you
forgot
got me as a backup.
yeah, otherwise this will be an absolute disaster. So Laggy has the race of the lead, so I don't exactly know what else has happened.
Matt has in
But
the pit
please-
lane. He's getting a front wing change. Someone's had a spin. By the look of it, it's a Williams. Yes, it is. It's Panish.
It's Big Panish. So
Or Pesky and Derek again.
again, I do apologise. First time lagging out of a session while commentating. So Jared's in the P3, New Zealand Ryan in the P2, but I'll let Ross go back to being lead because he has the full race coverage. I'm just going to be announcer number 2. So Ross, take it away.
Oh, thank you. We've got Laggy leading the way currently. Still, he's due the pit stops. Will be coming very shortly. Spanish obviously comes in for that front wing change. Ryan is in second. Somehow, I don't know how he's in second, but he is on the mediums. He'll go longer, hopefully. And on everybody on the softs, if someone's off the road, that'll be Poms up the top of Eau Rouge. So they'll be hating that section by now, and it's only lap 7. Anyway, we got Derek at 4th, Penske 5th, as Fish is now retired, so that'll be up at Eau Rouge, I would assume.
Yep, it is. Just the just before the exit of Eau Rouge, before the other corner name of something else. Poms has a big lock-up, so Poms win 87. He's down in P13, all on his lonesome, really. Not exactly sure what happened to Poms for the win 87. So Panish is up in the P14, so my prediction of Panish getting into P8 is not looking very, very good at the moment. And
well,
he
needs 6 more other drivers to DNF at this rate just to get into 8th place. But
well, something has happened between Penske, Bazooka, and Hugo because Derek Kidd's shot up 4 places in the P4, and they look like going side by side at Eau Rouge as well.
Guys have been battling the majority of the race. I think Derek Kidd might have broken those guys. Oh, never mind. I think he's just run wide coming through. Was that Bruxelles turn 10?
In the corner of no name. He's getting a bit slow. I think those softs are starting to wear out. And it was Benny and Edge having an all-minor battle for P11 and 12 at the moment. So not even for points, but every position counts in the championship standings. It's all for pride. As Foreman Fisher's left the session, which is unfortunate for the McLaren driver. And Ryan and Jared have caught up to that Laggy person. I think Laggy might be coming in this lap. I think he will be.
Benny and Edge are battling away again for 11th and 12th. But you're right there. Assume Laggy would be coming towards the end of this lap. The soft tyres have been nearly dying off big time. He's got both Ryan and Jared behind him. There he goes, right on cue.
Yeah. Laggy is in. What will Derek Kidd do? Will he come in? In fact, is Penske coming in? Derek's in, Penske's in, Bazooka's in as well. So Hugo stays out. So he'll stay. I think he's got the net race lead. And Laggy will come out in P, or will have a net P2 once the pit stops are done. But Forrest Elbow stays out again. Interesting from the Haas driver. He's probably looking. If he pits onto the mediums, he'll have a fresher lap of tyres. So it all counts as Derek Kidd's ahead of Penske and Bazooka. Bazooka's lost a lot of time to Penske.
Is Benny and Edge again into the bus stop chicane. These guys have been, I think, side by side through blogs him on again.
We go on board with DRC Jared, who is actually a reserve now. Our championship leader is in P1. Just ahead of Jared on track. Ryan runs really, really wide there. I mean, I can English today. But Benny and Edge are still going side by side here on that pit straight. Is Hugo is in the P3. Derek Kidd and Forrest. Oh! Forrest Elbow's gotten out of the way of both Derek Kidd and Penske. Penske is right behind Derek Kidd. This could get very, very interesting later in the race.
Especially when you have the DRS up the Kemmel straight. That's for sure, as the leaders continue on, as always. And Edge and Benny still finding a way for 11th.
Yeah, I was going to say, with a flying Ryan and Jared coming towards them as well on those soft tyres, because I don't think they'll be touching those hards.
Be really doubtful at this stage, but step the ball with Penske. This is first of the DRS zones down the front straight.
Conrad Strait is into the pit lane in P8, his favourite position, and as Jared's made the move on DRC, Jared for P1, but he'll probably use that DRS and slipstream to that good effect. Forrest Elbow on those mediums, looks like he'll be coming out in P10 in the points here, ladies and gentlemen, and Edge has gotten away from Benny. I think Benny might have a little bit of damage, maybe.
To be aboard with Penske, closing in on Derek Kidd. He might send it up the inside. No, not quite. Through the... Well, Penske called this corner Les Coombs on Saturday during the live stream. It's Laycomb Penske, just for the pronunciation guide. Not saying nothing there, any else there. But anyway, these two are still battling away again. Getting very, very close with each other here. It's 0.2 of a second between them. Through P1 we go. Derek goes a little bit wide in case picks up a time penalty.
I'm on board with New Zealand Ryan. He's hounding that DRC Jared for that P1. He'll probably get him back on the Camel straight with that DRS and slipstream. Be interesting to see who blinks first and pits for those soft tyres. And looks like Panish will go a lap down, which is really unfortunate for that Williams driver. Benny and Edge are still going at it for P11 and 12. But here comes New Zealand Ryan.
Derek Kidd at the bump stop. Side by side, Derek hangs on, keeping battles every which way you look. But here we go, Ryan. Come back to the Penske one in a minute. I don't think Ryan is close enough here to Jarrett. Nope, he's not. But, oh, hello, ghosting between Penske and Derek on my screen. Lovely stuff. This is where you want to line him up through here. Up Eau Rouge we go. Good run there. Very nice one. He's not too far behind, but he just did drop away a little bit. But you think Penske would have this.
And it looks like Penske has got the move done for that P5. I'm just on board with New Zealand Ryan at the moment. Pongs for the win 87 here is in the pit lane, getting off those soft tyres and going to those center mediums to the end. So our DNF has RDT, Mitchie, Maxmate, Withers and Formula Fish. Hasn't been a great season for the McLaren driver Fish. He's only scored the 4 points, which he got at last week at Hungary. Would you say he's been underperforming?
Yeah, probably a little bit, to say the least. He's always, like said, always as Palms gets a time penalty, and I think he always wants. He's probably a driver that can easily battle for the points at most races. I'm not exactly entirely sure which tracks are his favourite and which ones he hates, but yeah, it's a bit of a mixed season, unfortunately, for poor old Fish. It's hopefully it turns around soon. Hopefully, there's only four races to go after this one.
Oh yeah, 4 races after this one. All exciting tracks coming.
He can get good points.
Yeah, all exciting tracks coming towards the end of the season here, ladies and gentlemen. Is on board with New Zealand Ryan. Yellow flag sector, I think that's Panish letting Jared and Ryan go through. Hugo's catching up to New Zealand Ryan, Jared a little bit. It's 4.8 seconds. I don't know about the penalty situations. Derek Kidd's made the move on Penske with that DRS, and Brazuca's right there as well to pick up the pieces, but no, he stays in P7.
three-way fight between these guys. This is, well, I mean, it will be for the podium. Depends. Well, yeah. I mean, Ryan and Jared will have fresh and softs, we assume, come later in the race. So I think these guys, they keep on battling here. Ryan and Jared will play themselves into the situation very quickly. These guys are about 9 seconds behind, Derek's 9 seconds behind Laggy, who's in turn about 13 seconds behind Hugo. As Benny and Edge are still battling away for 11th and 12th.
Ryan's in. New Zealand Ryan is in.
Yep, we can see it.
So this is going to be interesting now. Now, Jab will have to push if he wants to get that overcut on New Zealand Ryan. Let's see what tyre Ryan goes on. Yep, it is the soft compounder tyres, so expect to see a lot of fastest laps in the next few laps. He's been held up. Actually, no, there's a bit of lag, so that's just awesome. And he gets ahead just ahead of Laggy. So, not Laggy gets him actually.
Behind.
Oh, that's just great. So, some more lag, so that's well done there. So, Ryan's actually behind Laggy. So, Derek Kidd and Penske have missed out here on a shot of a podium because they keep battling each other.
Ryan straight away. Up the inside at Lake Coven. He's got him. So he's on the podium.
Let's see which Jared's at Puong. So I think Ryan will get Jared.
To wait and see when Jared does pit. I swear these two are just battling away, just wanting to be on the stream. Benny and Edge I'm talking about. But anyway, 4 seconds between Jared and Hugo. 13 seconds behind Hugo. Be needing to make some time up very quickly later in the race with the no safety cars, obviously. Does Jared pit? It should be have to. Yes, he does.
Yes, he is. So that extra lap might be all the difference in tyre wear come the end of the race. That could be all the difference. As Jared's coming to his pit box. Yep, soft compounder tyre. So Hugo takes back the race lead. Followed by... Oh, Jared's out now.
Just keep an eye on where Ryan is. I think Ryan may have him.
Oh, Brazuca gets a 5-second penalty. He gets ahead of Jared. So Jared's jump Laggy. So Laggy's in the P4. I don't know about penalty situations. So Ryan has a 12-second gap to Mr. Hugo with about 8 or 9 laps left in this Belgium Grand Prix. I just want to say I'm sorry about my end that I lagged out. So the footage you'll see on the Redline Racing League channel will be from VSR Roscoe Arm. So I do apologise about that, as Jared's right behind Ryan now. So he's getting a little bit of time back on Ryan. Still got a 3-way scrap here for P5 at the moment between Derek Kidd, Penske and Brazuca. But Brazuca has a 5-second penalty as well. So that could be interesting. Is Brazuca's falling a bit back. Go back on board with the RC Jared's a little bit too... bit behind. Ryan's about half a second behind. There's no DRS until the pit straight.
This track really likes to give weird, wonderful penalties, especially that bus stop chicane. I have had that in the past on previous games. Looks like it's sort of continued on in this game. Hopefully it's fixed up in F1 2020, but I'm not hoping. Hugo's in again.
Ooh, okay. I think he's probably seen that Ryan and Jared are on softs and they know they're going to be extremely quick. Hugo, in his own right, is quick. There we go, 45.8 from New Zealand Ryan. So Hugo's on the softs. So he'll have to overtake Laggy again. So Laggy's on the podium at the moment. Panis gets a 3-second time penalty.
What the thought process is there of that?
I'd say because both Ryan and Jared are on the softs. I think that's the only reason. That's the only reason I can think of. Maybe Ryan has a penalty
Potentially.
as well. I don't know.
I'll have to double check on penalties in a minute, but here we go. Penske and Derek Kidd, they've been at each other all race, and looks like Penske's going to get the move done here at Lake Com, and does. That gets a
Matt's got
3-second
up the
penalty.
B dubstep. Matt's looking for a move on B dubstep for P8 at the moment. And the man in second place in the championship is down in P9 while the championship leader is in first place. Dubstep needs to get a move on, but he's on 10 lap old mediums, so I'd say he might have pitted early in the race, a part that I've actually missed.
Yeah, came in pretty early on. Let me just have a quick look here. So let's have a look at the... Okay, Ryan's got... Well, it says 2 warnings. Jared's got 1 warning. Laggy, 2 warnings. There's a couple on lap 1. Hugo on 1 warning. Penske, nothing. Derek Kidd has 1 penalty. Brazuca's got that 5-second penalty. Question marks on whether he'll get that removed. Matt has 2 penalties. Dubstep has 1 penalty and possibly on the brink of a 2nd penalty. And Forest Elbow's got zip. So that's the top 10 currently.
Betty and Edge is still going at it for P11 and 12. They're 17.5 seconds behind Forest Elbow 57. So I think they won't be getting any points here tonight unless Conrod gets like 17,000 points. And Edge is retired.
Edge is out.
And that's not, and that would have been a safety car there, ladies and gentlemen. So speaking of which, has there been a good thing that it's been off as Derek Kidd's moved back up into P5?
Yes, he has. We missed that one. I was trying to get a shot there of Edge. Looks like he's crashed. What was that turn? Turns 14 and 15. But, certainly, mate, I know what we said. It's mixed views on the safety car, but, I mean...
Well, as a commentator?
Ryan puts Panish a lap.
I was going to say, as a commentator,
it's still, I'm 50-50, really. I mean, I don't mind the safety car, to be honest. I mean, it does spice things up, but I mean, the Codemasters did update the safety car a little bit with the frequency, but I think it's possibly gone a little bit, maybe too far. Hopefully, it gets patched up in F1 2020 to get the right safety car. Like you have the rights for either a safety car or virtual safety cars. Hugo's flying at the moment, 45.3, 4.7 behind the top 2 at the moment.
We're on board with DRC Jared at the moment on the back straight with DRS. Looks like they get Ryan saving that ERS. Same with Jared actually. He's not in high engine modes. Probably looking for that DRS. Doesn't get the move done.
Yeah, Derek Kidd, Brazuca's in this party as well. Watch out, this could get very ugly soon. 3 wide on the Kemmel straight. And Penske comes out on top.
Brazuca doesn't gain, but he doesn't lose either. So he stays in P7. So it's going to be... This battle will go right to the wire. Unless something really, really happens to Penske, Derek Kidd and Brazuca. We go back on board with DRC Jared. Dubstep gets a 3-second time penalty, so I think that's his second one. And he's 2.3 behind is that Mando 39 in that Red Bull. And there is Alan Hugo, 3.6 or 3.5 seconds behind DRC Jared. Probably needs to get a bit of a move on. four or five laps to go. It's 3.5 seconds behind Jared. Do you think he can catch up to him, or will he run out of laps?
Oh, it's a tricky one. He literally need to drive the wheels off this thing. He's a heck of a lot of fuel and ERS if he's got fuel up his sleeve, but it's a tough ask, especially with nobody around here to get a slipstream or DRS, so it's probably going to hinder him a lot.
Ooh, Ryan's made a mistake. Here comes Jared. Ryan stays ahead, but he made that big. Looks like a costly mistake there from New Zealand Ryan.
Oh,
unfortunately,
contact between Penske and Derek Kidd. I'm watching two things at once. Sorry, Frizy, but was contact between those two, Penske and Derek Kidd at Lacon. Penske had to shortcut the chicane a little bit. I don't think it was too bad, but Brazuca nearly got the move as Benny into the pit lane again.
Probably going fastest lap here. I mean, he's 23 seconds behind Forrest Elbow. Points 40.97. He's going to be ahead of him, but he'll be on that fresh set of softs. So Jared's got the most ERS out of the top three. Ryan has the least. Hugo's just behind Jared with ERS usage. So, but also Jared has that benefit of that slipstream in DRS, trying to pull him along from Ryan. So I think Hugo might be finishing third this race. I honestly don't see him catching up. It's 3.5 seconds with 3 laps to go.
Look at this. Jared is going to take the lead of the race here.
Needs second a lap, and Jared's taking the race lead. On that freshest set of rubber as well, then Ryan, even though it's a lap. Oh, another mistake! Ryan nearly plows into Jared. Oh, that could have been a bit nasty if Ryan got some wing damage. It doesn't look like it, but we don't know if he actually does or not. Could be like that lime green thing.
Dropping. Yeah, potential. If he starts dropping top, we'll know, but Kidd's got back ahead of Penske, so, I mean, these guys will be sick of each other come the end of 22 laps. That is for sure for 5th, 6th, and 7th place.
Well, I did say Hugo needs to gain a second a lap. Well, he's 2.5 behind Ryan and Jared right now, so that's a start. But, that's a big mistake there. I just caught the back end of that. I think Jared might have just gone onto the grass a little bit. I think. And that's what's happened.
Yeah, what Hugo these two to do is just keep fighting, and then that gap will get shorter and shorter as those yellow flags.
Brazuca. Brazuca's around, but he's gone the right way. We'll go back on board with New Zealand Ryan. And Matt's within the shed of P7 again. His favourite number. He's probably going to be lagged himself way up to there. Pomswin and Benny going side by side on that Camel straight there for P11 and 12. Panish gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring blue flag. So it's all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. On lap 20 of 22, Hugo's 2.2 behind Ryan and Jared. Ryan stays behind DRC Jared. Brazuca's in the P8.
Oh, is there someone in the wall there? I think it's Panish.
Yeah, I think it's Panish. It's not been a great day for the Williams driver. Brazuca is on the soft tyres.
He had to. I think he had front wing damage from that. I don't know what exactly happened. We missed that, so apologies. But Penske's back ahead of Derek Kidd for 5th. So what was going to be a 3-way battle for 5th is now basically a 2-way battle. Panish gets a 3-second time penalty. He'll pop out Brazuca back behind Forrest Elbow in 10th.
I think Ryan might have some damage because Hugo's 1.8 seconds behind. He might be not be dropping off Jared, but Hugo's actually gaining time. It's 1.9 now. But if Hugo can gain another second before the final lap. He's gonna shout here.
There's only 2 laps to go, though. That's the big thing here. The place in 2 again.
I think it's Panish.
So we're just getting out of the road, but let's go back to the leaders. There's yellows in sector 3. No idea what that was for.
Here comes
Ryan.
Ryan.
Just closing in here.
And just stays there in P2. Hugo is 2.4, so he's lost some more time, so I think he's happy with his P3 at the moment. So coming for the soft tyre has backfired. This Panish is back into the lane again. As there's a battle for P9 and 10 between Forest Elbow and Brazuca. But I think Brazuca might have this with that fresher rubber.
Oh, he does in the turn 1, like you said. He should hang on to P9. Meanwhile, back at the front, this is one of their closest battles. I swear he wants to battle with both the racing points. Studdo with Edge. He's battling with Poms. That's for only 11th place. But look at this. Ryan all over the back of Jared here. There's probably a play here by Ryan. He knows he don't want to lead the last lap as Derek Kidd's out of the Grand Prix.
Oh dear. That would have been a safety car because last lap. But jeez. And I missed how he's done it, so hopefully Roscoe's caught that. Alan Hugo's 1.3 seconds behind New Zealand Ryan. He won't get that DRS. We're in the final lap here, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan up Eau Rouge through the Campbell Straight. Here we go. Opens up DRS right now. Overtake mode. Jared's on overtake mode. Ryan has the move done.
He'll want to fight.
But Jared, not Jared. Jared hangs back in the P2. I think that might be the only overtaken spot. Yellow flag, sector 2. It's Palms. He's spun.
Benny and Palms may have had some issue there, maybe. I have no idea. But they're almost behind the leaders here. They might just hang on for another flying lap, maybe.
It's if they want to do another flying lap. But Jared
This
is
rate to
still
be more than likely.
Jared's right there behind Ryan, and there's Alan Hugo, but he's going to run out of laps unless he does an almighty dive bomb at the bus stop chicane from next Tuesday. From next Tuesday. He's under a second now, so there's no more DRS zone, so going to that soft tyre has really backfired. Penske gets a 3-second time penalty, but he's all on his own in that P5 spot.
I don't think it'll matter too much.
Here comes Jared. Will he make a dive bomb?
What does Jared do?
No.
I don't think he's close enough.
It looks like Ryan is your race winner here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Ryan wins the Belgium Grand Prix, followed by Jared and Alan Hugo. Looks like Laggy will finish in a respectable P4 for the Red Bull. Looks like double points finishing for the Red Bull team. P4 for Laggy. Looks like Penske will get P5. And Matt will get P6. Dubstep, 5.4 seconds behind. It's really, really unfortunate. So there is Penske, P5. Started P2, so... And he hit the race lead for a lap and a bit there, so... Not a great drive from the Toro Rosso boy. But a 1-5 for Toro Rosso and the Constructors. As Matt's had a mistake, and Dubstep's in the P6. Matt's in the P7.
No, I think Matt's just waited up for Dubstep there. Let him have P6 by the looks of things. There's no mistake
Matt's
at all on
lagged himself
my
into
screen.
P7.
Yep, he loves the P7. Brazuca comes home in 8th.
Forest Elbows, another points finish there. P9 for the Haas. 2 bonus points there. Benny will get a solitary 1 point. I think that's his first points finish in a while. No, he got points last race, didn't
Let's
he?
have a look. Benny, let's have a look. Yes, he got 5th last time out at Hungary.
Yeah, which should have been a podium. Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been. Yes, it should have been a podium. But
Panish finishes in P12. Really tough day at the office for the Williams driver.
oh, Benny, don't do that, son. Nearly lost it coming around the final corner. It'll hang on
wow.
P10, I think. Pulse will come home, just missing out on the points in P11. In his Monday Light League debut, but we've had everything here, folks.
Yeah. So it's a double Kiwi podium. Jared the Lone Australian is carrying us there, Roscoe. We need a fellow Aussies to get up there. Gotta beat those Kiwi boys.
Yes,
but yes,
plenty more
congratulations, congratulations to New Zealand Ryan on a very good race win. Really, 19th to first. So, I mean, to be expected, really, from our championship leader, who actually does improves his championship lead, really. As we run the race order with New Zealand Ryan taking the win, followed by Jared and Alan Hugo. Laggy in P4, Penske's in 5th, B Dubstep is in 6th, Matt's in 7th, Brazuca in 8th, Forest Elbow, what a drive from him. P12 to P9, that's fantastic for the Haas driver. And Betty F1 in P10, followed by Poms, Panish, rounds out your finishes. In your DNF, it's a Derek Key, Edge, Fish, Withers, Maxmate, Mitchie, and DT361X. So that is it for me tonight. But before we go, Roscoe, who's your driver of the day?
Okay. I think I'm going to have to give it to New Zealand Ryan. I think from where he's come from. P19 on the grid, he survived all the chaos and carnage of lap 1, as he always does. But then got that undercut on DRC Jared. Those guys battled all the way to the end. Fair play to Jared as well from 17th up in the 2nd place. But I think for me, it's got to be New Zealand Ryan. But what about you, Frizy? Different or same?
No, I'd give it to New Zealand Ryan as well. I mean, not last first challenge. I mean, extends his championship leader. Apparently, I'm an Alfa Romeo racing driver now, so that's just awesome. But yeah, I'll give it to New Zealand Ryan. Next week we're at Monza. It's gonna be interesting.
Slipstream Fest.
Yeah, no safety car on next week as well.
No.
So I do believe it's still on for the Saturday league, and it's gonna be off for the Monday league for the rest of the season. So it's gonna be interesting both rounds. Also, again, I apologize for. Well, I don't know why I'm apologizing, but it's Codemaster's fault, really. But me lagging
yes.
out of the session. It's my first time ever lagging out while commentating. So yeah, Roscoe will be putting up his POV of the race tonight on the Redline Racing League channel. I don't know when he'll do it, but it'll be up there. But do go subscribe over there, as all of our leagues are up there. From Saturday League, Monday League, Tuesday banner cards, and Wednesday 2010 cards when I do put them up. Canada was on my channel, but yeah. But until next week, it is goodbye, and we'll see you all at Monza. Oh, by the way, the standings will be at the end of the video, or whenever Roscoe, wherever Roscoe puts them. But yeah, until next week, it is goodbye, and we'll see you at Monza. See ya.
Bye.